started. And we're gonna start with just some inchworms, okay? So you're gonna do your best to connect to the ground. So ideally we'd be able to keep the legs straight, but if you're not that flexible, you're just gonna bend your knees slightly to bring yourself down to the ground. And then we're gonna walk out into the plank. We're gonna go 5 of this, okay? Do your best to keep your heels down for as long as you can. Walk all the way out to that plank and then begin to walk back up, shifting the hips up and slowly begin to push those heels back into the ground. Go ahead and bring them to the toes, hold it at that bottom position for a second, and then walk back out. So if you are not super sore or tight, you can move a little bit faster. But if you're like me and Arjana, we're feeling a little tight, we're gonna spend a little bit more time holding that stretch, letting our body relax into it, trying to open up those hamstrings, those calves, the low back. Just going at your own pace. We're just in the warm-up phase. We'll start to bring the intensity up here soon, but right now, just connecting to the body, getting the blood pumping a bit, and opening up those muscles. We got one more, guys. Don't rush it. Take your time. You're going to go ahead and walk all the way out to that plank on this last one. And I'm going to meet you down in that plank position here. We're going to go from this plank into our step up, into our big runner's lunge. So you're going to take that big step up, reaching that foot close to your hand. Drop the back knee and just hold that stretch for 1, 2. Step up, bring that back leg back. Step up with the opposite foot, drop the opposite knee down to the ground. So we're just doing this alternating deep lunge. Again, if you can't get close to the hands, that's fine. Go as far as your hips will allow you to go. And you only need to hold that stretch for about a 1, 2, and then you can go ahead and release. We're gonna get 2 more on each side. Again, get that 1, 2 stretch. Lift up, release back. 1, 2 stretch again. And then we got 1 more each side, guys. We're gonna go ahead. You guys finish this last one. And then you're gonna meet me on your backs. Hey Sue, welcome. We're just getting started. Feel free to join us on the ground. We're gonna come into a moving dynamic supine twist. So take those arms out to the side, palms face up, and then you're just gonna twist that leg across the body for a nice big stretch. Now that shoulder on the opposite side of the leg, you're gonna do your best to keep it on the ground. Go ahead and bring that leg through. Give me the twist to the opposite side. So there's a lot of ways you can play with this to make this a little bit harder. One is doing your best to keep both shoulders on the ground and square towards the ceiling. If that feels easy, you can start to extend the leg long and pick it up a little bit higher so it comes out where your toe is almost even with your chest. We're gonna go 2 more on each side. Big rotation across, breathing into it. Opposite side here. And if you wanna hold a little longer again, in these warm-ups, this is your time. Listen to what your body's telling you. You can hold that stretch if you want to keep it into more of a static movement. We're gonna get this last one, guys. And then we're gonna go ahead and roll up to a seated position. You're gonna take a nice wide base so you have this split leg position. But what I want to make sure, it's not about how much distance I have between my feet, it's more about my posture. So if I really spread my legs and I have to bend my low back and my shoulders to be able to hold that position because my hips are so tight, that doesn't benefit me. So I'm gonna bring my legs in and make sure I can keep my posture tall, okay? Hands go back behind you, shoulders roll back and down to squeeze towards the middle of your back. Sitting nice and tall, take a big exhale and just push into those hands, pushing into your hips. It's not a huge range of motion. Release out of it, exhale to push again. Release out of it, exhale, inhale back. So really trying to do our best to hinge at the hips and keep our back long. Really focus on the posture. Chest lifted, ribs stacked on top of hips, core nice and tight. We're gonna get 1 more here, guys. Now, while I'm showing you this next movement, feel free to shake out the legs if your hips are really yelling at you. You're gonna keep that same split stance. We're gonna lean forward. I'm gonna plug my hand into the ground. That's the most important thing. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna let Joe in. Hey, Joe. Thanks for coming. The hand into the ground here. Push the elbow into the leg. Connect to the top of your ear, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and inhale down, Exhale to reach and try to stack that elbow. Watch your gaze to this elbow. Try to stack it on this bottom shoulder. So inhale down, exhale to reach up towards the ceiling. Breathe into that side. Again, very active mobility pose here, guys. We got just a few more movements left in this warm-up before we begin to grab onto those weights. 2 more here. Now this last one, we're gonna hold for a count of 10. Everyone take that big inhale. Exhale to reach up, hold and just breathe into that stretch here. Push into your leg, lift that elbow up. We're gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, shake out the shoulders, shake out your torso. If you need to take a little minute to shake out the legs, feel free to. If your hips are really tight, this is gonna be very hard to sit in this position, okay? So don't be afraid to bring your ankles in slightly, or you can even attempt to bend the knees to take some of the tension off of the hips. But we gotta hit the other side. So we're gonna go ahead again, lay the hand flat first, plug your elbow into your leg. If you can get your arm flatter, go for it, okay? That's more stretch. But again, listen to what the body's giving you. We're gonna inhale and we're gonna exhale to twist and reach. Doing our best to stack that elbow on the opposite shoulder. Again, always taking notice of our mobility on both sides. So I can tell you right now, I'm a little bit less mobile on this right side. I can feel the strain through my hip. I can feel I'm not able to stack as high. And I'm just gonna be very cognizant of that. And when I'm on this weaker side, I may hold at my top of my range of motion just a second or two longer. Really trying to work and try to build that mobility and that range of motion on this side. It's really great to start to get to know your own body. We all have small imbalances. We can work our way into trying to help balance them out. We're gonna get this last one, guys. You're gonna go ahead and release. We're gonna kick back into our plank position. Now we're gonna add a little movement through that groiner stretch that we just did, okay? So you're gonna go ahead and find plank for me again. We're gonna go ahead and lift into downward dog, and then you're gonna shift into the world's greatest stretch. That's literally what it's called. So you're gonna take the hips up into downward dog, heels go back, and then take the tailbone to shine up towards the sky, even if that means the knees bend. Really push your tailbone towards the ceiling. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, step that foot back up like we did in that greater stretch before. Drop your back knee. Open up your inside arm to stack. Plant it in. Lean it against your leg. Keep your hips forward, especially this hip. Don't let it turn. Exhale to reach up. Opposite. Release. Shift back into downward dog with me. Hold that stretch. Lift that tailbone up. Inhale, exhale to reach groiner to the opposite side. Drop that back knee. Inside arm, follow the gaze to the ceiling. Set it down for me. Plug into the leg. Keep this hip forward. Reach up towards the sky again. All right. Now you know what we're doing. We're alternating between those sides. And you're going to go at your own pace. So you're taking that big step up. The inside arm reaches. The outside arm reaches. We're doing our best to really keep those hips squared forward as we create rotation through our shoulders and our upper back. And this allows us to really open up that mid-back. If you spend a lot of time seated, which most of us do, then you need to kind of work on that upper back, because otherwise our shoulders and our traps get really tight each time we get a forward shoulder. And this helps open that up, okay? So we're gonna take that big breath up. This is gonna be your last one, so I don't know if you're on your first side or your second side, but finish up so you're even on both sides. I gotta finish my last side, and then you're gonna meet me back in plank, and we're gonna inchworm our way right out of this, okay? So we'll step back into plank. Go ahead and start to push the hips up. Walk the hands to meet the feet. Give me that slow, controlled roll up first, bringing the hips to align with the knees, then bringing the ribs to stack on top, and then finally releasing the head and the shoulders. All right, you guys, we are gonna get started. Grab onto one dumbbell for me. This first movement is gonna be pretty balance intensive. I'm gonna show you the full version and then I'll go through the modified, okay? So I have the dumbbell in my hand. It's gonna be in the same leg. I'm gonna take that step back lunge. I'm gonna step up and I'm gonna hinge on this leg, okay? Now, if you know balance is an issue, you can hold on to a chair or the wall, or you can use your back foot as your kickstand. So you'll take that lunge, you'll step up, you'll bring that back foot to the ground to hinge and reach into that single leg. Stand back up, and then bring it back into the lunge. I'm gonna start modified, guys. We'll have 10 seconds here, and you're gonna follow along with me, and then I'll go to advanced. All right, so let's get started. We'll find our center. We're gonna tuck our glutes underneath us. We're gonna pull our shoulders back and down, keep the core nice and tight. We're going here in 2, 1, and go. Take your time with these balance movements. So I'm gonna take my lunge, step all the way up, bring myself to hinge, pushing my hip back. This is my working leg through the whole set. Come back into lunge. I'm gonna take one more of these modified versions, and then I'm gonna start to transition into the more advanced version. But you stick with what works for you, because if you are trying the advanced and you're all over the place with your balance, that doesn't really service you. You're gonna be a lot better off taking the modified and able to get better range of motion, more control, and more engagement. The other thing is, guys, we're going through this 2 times, which means you get the opportunity to do this again. So if you're struggling on this first round, that's okay. You're gonna get another time and you're gonna master it. You're gonna feel much stronger that second time around. All right, guys, you're gonna go ahead and rest here. We are switching sides. So same thing to the opposite side. We got about 10 seconds. Tuck those glutes, keep the core nice and tight. We're gonna go here in 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice big step back. Step up for me, and then find that hinge. Whew. Again, my right side is also not as strong in my balance, so it takes a little bit more focus for me. I know that, so I'm gonna find that spot out in front of me on the ground to focus my gaze on. And then I'm gonna really keep my core tight, and I'm slowly flowing into these movements. It really helps to take it control. Don't rush these, take your time. We have plenty of cardio movements mixed into today's workout. You are gonna get your sweat on. This is the opportunity to really focus on our core, balance, and stability, okay? We got about 10 seconds left. Almost there, guys. Breathe through it. We're gonna go here, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, like I said, first cardio movement. We're gonna start pretty moderate on the cardio for this first set. You're just gonna come into this marching ab, okay? So we're pulling the chest, or the knee up to the chest, crunching across the body. We're gonna go here in 2, 1, and go. So you can go slow, really focus on the flex, or you can get a little pop, a little bit of a bounce, a little bit lighter on your feet, pulling that knee outside of the, or the elbow outside of the knee, and then using the core to really drive that knee up towards the chest. This is an ab movement. This is essentially your bicycle crunch on the ground in a standing position. So it's great if you're vacuuming your core back behind you to come into a crunch. It's a standing crunch. We got 15 seconds, guys. Breathe through it. We're gonna slow it down with the weights again. Almost there. Last 10 here. Use that breath. We're gonna go here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Grab on your dumbbells. We're going King Kongs. If you want to go down to 1, you absolutely can. Hold it by either side. You're squatting, curling, pressing up, okay? I'm going 2 though. If you're up for it, let's grab both of them. We're gonna go here in 2, 1, and go. First, focus on separating them. Find your range of motion in all 3 movements. Once you feel comfortable with all 3 movements, then let's bring some tempo into it. Squat, curl, right into press. If I can, I want to try to get those dumbbells to my shoulders by the time I'm all the way up out of that squat. So by the time I'm standing up, I'm already in that press. Breathe through it, exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. Nice tall chest. You should be able to see the front of your shirt at the bottom of the squat. If you're looking down at the ground, you need to shorten your range of motion and tip back more into your hips. All right, we got 3, 2, 1, time. Let's take a little active recovery. Slow your breathing down. Option to add a little balance by lifting the leg up. We're gonna come into a bicep curl, okay? Slowing the breathing, we're in active recovery while we're moving. We're going here in 3, 2, 1, and go. So the balance is optional. You can keep both feet squared into the ground, or you can take it up with me. If you're gonna go up, you're gonna make sure your core stays tight. We will switch those feet halfway through. Hold tension through your curl. And yes, you're working, but I want you to focus on slowing your breathing down here. Come into that recovery breath. It's a slower breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Following the movement, so it's an exhale up. Inhale to slowly drag those weights. Switch those feet for me. If you're in balance with me, keep that posture nice and tall. You guys are doing great. We're getting close. We're gonna come back into our next movement. We're coming back into our lunges. This time we're gonna add a knee drive. We'll go here, 2, 1, and time. All right, shake out if you need to. With the lunges, guys, you're gonna get a lunge into a knee drive. If you don't feel comfortable with the lunge, if it bothers your knee, give me a step back into that same knee drive. Don't switch legs, we'll stay with one side. We're gonna go here in 2, 1, and go. So I'm gonna start modified, step back, knee drive. The only difference is when I'm not dropping into my hips, I'm just reaching my foot behind me, and then I'm gonna drive up through that front leg. So what I wanna challenge you with, whether you're in the full lunge or you're just taking that step back, I want you to pick your foot up if you can before you start to drive out of that. Force that front leg to do all the work here. So pick it up and then push that glute through. Make it a little harder on yourself. If you need to drop the weights, that's fine. Go body weight. Oh, balance. 10 seconds. Bringing it down. Drive back up. All right, we got 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Shake out the leg. We are switching sides. You got about 10 seconds, guys. Quick posture check. Roll those shoulders down. Pull the core in. Squeeze the glutes forward. We're gonna go here in 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Step back to knee drive, or if you're comfortable, it feels good, let's push that range in that lunge. Really working on the balance and thinking of the back foot there as your kickstand. We're not pushing out of it. Instead, we're stepping up through that front leg. Woo, oh my gosh. Balance is all over the place today. We got 25 seconds left. Nice and controlled with these unilateral movements. We're not rushing through them. Almost there, guys. 10 seconds. All right, we're gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. Coming into your squat high pull. Guys, we're almost done with this first circuit. We'll take a break. We're gonna wrap back around, okay? So you're gonna squat down. You're gonna come right into that high pull. Again, you can go one dumbbell, just hold it by both hands at the handle, okay? We'll go here in 2, 1, and go. So big squat, pull right into it, right through your center, perfect. Elbows drive the way, glutes squeeze through. Find your balance, find your rhythm, and then let's bring some intensity. Let's bring a little tempo into this bad boy. Exhale to drive those elbows, inhale to release down to the ground. Tall chest, using the legs and the back, but we're using that momentum from our squat to come into that high pull, to make it more explosive, okay? We got 20 seconds, breathe through it. Almost there, guys. 15 seconds, last 10 here. All right, we're gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time, okay. We got another cardio round. We are taking a break after this. 3 options. 1, step and press. 2, jack and press. 3, squat to a jack press, okay? Choose your version. I'll work through them all, starting with the most modified. 2, 1, and go. So again, we got the break coming. I want you to start to bring some speed into it. I'm working through all 3 versions. Pick one that works best for you. There we go. All right, guys, let's push it. We got 30 seconds. All that right here. Break is coming. If you're with me, get it out. Power that dumbbell up. If you're on any of the other ones, throw that dumbbell. Catch and throw it. Catch and throw it. Be quick. Be explosive with it. 15 seconds. Almost there. Let's go. Last time. Down and up, down and up. You got this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, guys. You got 30 seconds. Slow the breathing. Grab water if you need to. I'm going to be back in just a second. Alexa, turn on dance music. Okay, much better. All right, you guys. You ready to go through it again? So, second round. You know what's coming. You know what to expect. If it didn't feel hard last time, listen to my verbal cues. Make sure you hit peak intensity this round because it's your last time through. We take another break. We're switching things up, okay? First movement, we have the 1 dumbbell. We're going to go into that step back. Or again, if you feel comfortable, it's a full lunge. Step up, hinge, or modified. It goes lunge, step up, plant this foot into the ground, hinge here, okay? We just move the glute back, nice flat back, pull the glute through. All right, guys, who's ready? We're gonna get you guys going in about 10 seconds. Okay, we're going here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Again, when we're on these single leg movements, we want to move a little slower. I don't know what's with my balance today. Brace the core, grip your foot into the ground. Stay focused. Because the moment you start to lose that focus, you start shifting all over the place. We want to focus on this leg, this front leg. It's doing all the work. The glute shifts back in the stretch. We pull that glute through for a nice big squeeze. 20 seconds, guys. Awesome job. Now, if you want to make this harder, option to pause, turn it off, re-engage to stand up. Same thing with the lunge. Bring it down, pause, re-engage to stand up. Bring it down, pause, re-engage to stand up. We're going to go here. 2, 1, time. You're shaking that leg out. Going to the opposite side. All right, guys, 10 seconds here. Get your big inhales, big exhales. Recover while you're resting. We're going here in 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So again, find your version. If you're modified, that's fine. You're still getting good workout here. This is all about muscle engagement. Big stretch to the hamstring. Pull that glute through. If you feel up for the extra challenge with the balance and stability, go for it. Find that speck on the ground to really focus your attention on. Your workout, guys, all I need is by the end of these, you're reaching your intensity. You should feel the leg working. Should be breathing a little bit harder. We got about 15 seconds left. Nice big stretch. Pull through, squeeze. Last 10 here. All right. We're going to go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Grab those 2 dumbbells. King Kongs. Squat, curl, press. 10 seconds, guys. Make sure your shoulders and your chest stay tall. Glutes are tucked underneath you. We're going here in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1 dumbbell or no dumbbells is also fine if you need to go through it without the extra weight. But if you can, get 2 dumbbells working with you. Find that steady tempo that you can move safely through a full range of motion. We don't want to go any faster than we can control. So it's not about speed. It's great if we can get more reps in, but not in compromising our form or our safety here. All right, 20 seconds. If you have the ability, reach those dumbbells down to the ground by keeping your chest tall, not bending at the back. You should see your t-shirt in the camera. 10 seconds, almost there. Curl and press it. All right, we're gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right, guys, you have that standing march or option to take this into a high knee run. I'll start with march, I'll proceed into the high knee run, okay? So high knee run, I'm right here. Pumping my legs, pumping my arms, a little bit more intense. 2, 1, and go. So if you're here, perfect. I want you to focus on the flexion, vacuum that belly button back, reach that elbow to the outside of your knee. If you're gonna take high knees with me, pull those knees up, stay on your toes, pump those arms. Focus on those arms, because you can get those arms moving, those feet will follow. All right, guys, 25 seconds, let's go. Breathe. Let's get the heart rate up, we're slowing it down. You have that active recovery set coming. 15 seconds. Let's go, pull those knees up. At least hip height. 10 seconds. You got it. There we go, there we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow down. Bicep curls. Again, if you want to add balance, take that leg up. If you feel like you just want to rest and recover, slow your breathing, focus on the curl, okay? All right, we're going here in 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. If you're in balance, this is easier than if I take that knee out in front of me. So if you want an extra challenge this round, bring that knee up into a 90-degree angle, even with your hip. We got 10 seconds till we switch legs. Control that curl and start to control your breathing. Slow it down. We're gonna come into our last little round on this circuit. So we wanna really get our energy ready. Switch those feet. Flexing up, dragging down. Awesome job. Tall posture. Keeping those elbows steady so we're isolating the biceps, not swinging our arms. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1, time. All right. Step back lunge or step back into knee drive on this next set, guys. I'm gonna throw you a little curveball if you wanna make this round a little harder, okay? I'll start with modified, I'll work to the medium, and then I'll show you what the curveball is. We're gonna go here in 2, 1, and go. Again, remember it's one side. So I'm just gonna step back. I'm gonna focus on stepping up with my front leg and bringing that knee out in front of me, okay? Second version, it's that full lunge, pull into that knee. All right, if you want the challenge, you're gonna go pulse, pulse to a skip. Pulse, pulse, skip. Down, pulse, pulse, skip. So I'm actually getting off of the ground a little bit. Pulse, pulse, woo, skip. Oh yeah, those legs are burning. Let's go. 10 seconds. Pop it up. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time, shake it out. All right, guys. Opposite side. 10 seconds. Same setup. Whatever you chose on the last side, stay with that on this side. We're gonna go here in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I'm gonna start step back and modified into knee. Find your balance, ground your foot. Our balance starts at our feet. With every movement, we want to be really stable through our feet and our ankle, because that translates up the kinetic chain to our knees, our hips, our back. All right, if you're up for it, pulse, pulse, skip it up. Find your balance, pulse, pulse, skip. 20 seconds. Tall posture. Drop the dumbbells if you need to. The goal is to keep the body moving. Even if you're taking a severely modified, try to keep yourself moving through the sets. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Shake out that leg. 2 more movements. Okay, squat, high pull. 10 seconds, nice tall posture. Feel free to go down to 1 dumbbell. If you got 2, let's get after it. We're going here in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Squat, high pull. 1 fluid movement, pulling through my center. Again, if I can, I want to get the dumbbells to the ground, but not by bending, okay? This is my back doing the work. This is my legs. So, depending on how low you get, make sure your chest stays lifted. You're not using the back. Use those legs. Drive out of the ground. Pull right through your center. We got 20 seconds. Bring it down. Big pull. Squeeze those glutes. Give them a tight little squeeze at the top, guys. 10 seconds. All right. We're going here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. Dumbbell is optional. If you need to drop, this is your last movement. We're taking a break. So again, step out, full jack press, or that squat to that jack press. All right. We're going here in 2, 1. Let's go. I'm gonna start modified. Even here, guys, get a little hop to it. Add some tempo, okay? Here's the next one. Catch throw, catch throw, catch throw. Here's the last one. Loading those legs, landing low, light on those knees, pushing that dumbbell up. Breathe. 25 seconds. Let's pick it up. We got that break, come on. Let's really push it right here. Keep going, keep going. Almost there. 15 seconds. Come on, guys. If you got anything left, let's go 10 seconds. Let's move faster. We're gonna go here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, awesome. All right, guys, slow your breathing. We're coming down to the ground. I'm gonna move the camera. If you wanna readjust so you can see better, feel free to. Also, guys, grab some water. Stay. All right, let's see if that'll stay. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take it to horizontal. Okay. All right, let's get after it. You got 20 seconds. You're gonna lay on your tummy for me. We're gonna start with the upper body. These are Y's and T's. They're for the back and shoulders. If you do this right, you're gonna get a nice little burn through your entire back. You're gonna rest on the ground. Depending on your low back strength, you're gonna lift your chest, pull and squeeze those shoulders together, release down. This is not a huge range of motion. If you have it, you can give me more range of motion. If your low back feels strong enough. Uh-oh, hold on, guys. For some reason, my iPad doesn't want to sit up today. Maybe I need to push this out more. That'll help, maybe. Okay, let's see. Oh, usually this is not a problem. Okay. I think that's gonna hold. That looks better. Hopefully. Okay, let's try this again. So again, if you want to go for more of a full range of motion, you lift the chest up as high as you can. Pull and squeeze, and then release and drop down, okay? It's just about how much range of motion you're getting. If you have low back issues, and you know you do, I want you to keep it really low. I don't want you to push that low back into a high extension, okay? So you know your body best, listen to it. If you want to go just arms, you can keep the head flat, lift the arms, squeeze the shoulders. That's also a great workout, okay? All right, guys, let's get going. We're gonna go here in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Lift up, pull and squeeze those pinkies like they're gonna touch. Release them over your head, drop back down. Up, pull, squeeze, release, and down. This is not just a low back and shoulder exercise. You should be squeezing your core and your booty, okay? Really engage the whole body to lift up. Try to keep the feet on the ground. It is not a full Superman though, okay? We're trying to isolate that upper body. 25 seconds. Release up, drop down. Up, squeeze, over and down. Up, squeeze, over and down. 10 seconds, guys. Up, squeeze, over, down. We're gonna go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, very similar, but now the lower body's doing the work. I'm gonna lift my legs up. I'm gonna kick them out. I'm gonna squeeze them together, and I'm gonna drop them down to the ground, okay? Point your toes on this one. Focus on the glutes and the core. We're going here in 3, 2, 1, and go. So lift up, point them out, pull them to squeeze together, squeezing the booty, drop them to the ground. Lift up, out, squeeze together, drop down. Up, out, squeeze, down. Yes, this one. You feel it quickly, especially if you get those quads up high. Out, in, down, up, out, in, down. 25 seconds. Up, out, in, down, up, out, in. Keep it up, guys. We got 15 seconds. Breathe. Squeeze those booties. Work on that range of motion. Last 10 here. You can do it. We're gonna go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. Let's pop over to your back. We're gonna go glute bridge into a bench press, into a dumbbell pullover. Okay. Follow me. We're gonna go here in 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Hips go up. Hips go down. Press it up. Turn them in. Reach back behind you. Moving up the shoulder. Pull and squeeze those shoulders back and down. Rotate back out. Release out of your press. Hips go up. Hips go down. Press them up. Turn them together. Use your shoulders. Reach back as far as you can. Pull and squeeze those shoulders so the dumbbells are in front of the chest again. Open up. Drop to the ground. We got 20 seconds. Up. Press. Reach. Pull. Release to the floor. Up. Press. Release to the ground and squeeze. We're going to go here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, guys. 2 options here. If you know you struggle with this sit-up, I want you to go ahead and hook your feet underneath your couch for extra support. If you don't have a couch or a coffee table, push your feet up against a wall. If you don't have either of those, take free space and only come down half of the way. Halfway up, 1, 2 punch, okay? If you can, we'll go all the way up and down, okay? Play with those variations. You got about 12 seconds. So hooking the feet is gonna help stabilize the feet so that you can use more of your core, okay? It's much harder in free space. Let's go here in 3, 2, 1, and go. So you're gonna sit up, 1, 2 punch. Sit up, 1, 2 punch. They're short and they're quick. You're rolling that spine up. Again, if this is too hard, you're gonna come down part of the way, engage, bring it down, engage. Look at my back. I am in a curved position. If my back is rolled and curved, my core is flexed. That is our whole flexion. We want to round the back. We don't want to come up with a straight back. If your shoulders are not over your hips, you're too up and down. Curve and flex your way into that sit-up. Use that breath through those punches. We got 15 seconds. Bringing it up. 1, 2. Bring it down. Up. 1, 2. Back down. 7 seconds, guys. 1, 2. Back down. We're going to go here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right. You guys are going to find a 4-plex. You have 1 dumbbell. You're gonna take, I'm gonna show you side two, but I'm gonna show you forward first. You're gonna take yourself up into a row. This is option one, just in a single arm row, okay? Option two, my leg is gonna move, my opposite leg. So I'm gonna extend this leg long. As I pull my elbow, I'm gonna come into a glute kick back, okay? Now again, whenever we're in this position, the most important thing is our back and our core. You do not want your hips out. You don't wanna arch your back. Pull your belly button in and keep your spine in neutral, okay? All right, let's do it. We got 7 seconds. We'll get after it. We're gonna go here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So it is much harder to balance with that leg working with you, okay? So if you're struggling, that's okay. Brace your core. Do a couple reps. Eventually you'll be able to find that center. But keep pulling that belly button up towards the sky and flex that heel up towards the ceiling. Again, we can go just into the arm for that single arm row as well. 30 seconds, guys. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. 20 seconds. Awesome. Strong center, posture check. Abs are tight, low back is straight. There's no arch. We got 10 seconds. All right, guys. We're going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. We're switching sides. Take a rest. Roll the back out. Make sure you're also pulling those shoulders back and down. The other thing is I don't want your shoulders up by your ears. So let's get set up real quick. Find your posture. Pull the core in. Pull the shoulders back and down. We're going to go here in 2, 1. Let's go. Arm is just fine. If you're going to do arm, I want you to slow that row down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, squeeze. Okay. Add some tempo. Keep that core strong. We're working the whole body. You got your back, your bicep, your glute, your hamstring, your core. Everything's working here, guys. We got 25 seconds left. Breathe through it. Strong center. Again, if you start to fatigue, we start to lose that core. Pull your belly button in. Keep it supported. 15 seconds here. All right, guys. Last 10. We're going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right. Next one, option one dumbbell. You're gonna be down on your knees in a modified plank. You're gonna grab your dumbbell, shift it to the side, grab it with the opposite side, shift it to the side, okay? If you're in modified, your hips need to be low, your core needs to be tight. So what I don't wanna see is this, and I don't wanna see you in a straight line, but your back arching like this, okay? Create that straight line from your knees to your shoulders. If you're up for a real challenge, join me in a full plank, okay? We're gonna go here in about 4 seconds. Woo, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Grab that dumbbell, slide it across. Now, once you have found your center, I want you to work on your movements. If you were here the other day on Tuesday, when we did those up-down planks, we really focused on keeping our torso solid, strong. There wasn't a lot of shifts side to side. We weren't letting our hip turn up towards the sky. I want you to find that same strong center, because then you really feel those abs working. If you let your body swing side to side, you're losing a lot of that core stability. The sturdier, the more still you can be besides that arm, the harder this movement truly becomes. Squeeze those abs. We got 5 seconds, guys. We're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Let's come into some active recovery. I'm gonna take this kneeling, but if you feel more comfortable seated on your glutes or up on a higher surface, please go ahead and do that. We're gonna come into just lateral raise here. You're gonna go right, you're gonna go left, okay? Nice tall posture, roll those shoulders back and down. We're going here in 2, 1, and go. So I wanna take them slightly at a Y position, just a slight Y. If this is hard, or you have really heavy dumbbells, or maybe you have some shoulder impingements, you're gonna come at that bent arm and lift at the elbow. This is a great modifier. It shortens that lever. It makes it a little bit easier, okay? But if you can, keep it long. Challenge yourself, make it hard. I forgot to tell you, we're not repeating any of these, so that helps you. That keeps you fresh. You don't have to go through this again. You can really challenge yourself on this first round. 10 seconds, guys. I'm gonna give you one more recovery movement, and then we're gonna pick up the intensity again to finish this workout. We're getting close to being done. 2, 1, relax, rest, okay? All right, one dumbbell. If you need modified, you're just gonna bring it into a shoulder press. I know I'm getting cut off, but I think it's better for the rest of the workout for it to be this landscape. So if you're doing both, you're just pushing straight up. Again, watch the shortening of the back. Don't let the low back arch. Brace your abs. Here we go. 2, 1, and go. Exhale up, inhale down. Now, how heavy are your dumbbells for you? If they're hard and heavy, I want you to keep a 1, 1. One up, one down. One up, one down. If they feel slightly easy for you, give me a big push up. Slow drag. 1, 2, 3, down. Big push. 1, 2, 3, down. Big push. 1, 2, 3, down. Oh yeah, that just made them 10 times heavier. No? All right, guys, 15 seconds. Bring it up. Slow and controlled. Last 10, big up. Slow and controlled. All right, we're gonna go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, guys, we are gonna come into a ski jump. I'm gonna show you real quick what it looks like. So option 1, it's a step to make it modified. So I'm gonna step to one side of my body, step back. Step to the other side, step back. If I want the full version, I'm gonna hop, 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 okay? You can switch between the two. This is very difficult, so if you also wanna take it elevated, go ahead and grab onto your coffee table or your couch, okay? We got 10 seconds. Guys, you got 4 minutes of work with me. We're gonna stretch and you're gonna be done. So it's really challenging these last 4 minutes. We're gonna go here in 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So remember, you can step or you can join me for the hop. You just gotta challenge yourself. It is your workout. If you're breathing hard, if your shoulders and your core is hurting, then you've done a good job, okay? Make it hard for yourself. 30 seconds. Stay with me though. Remember, the goal is to keep the body moving. Even if we have to modify, hold your plank. If that's what you need to do, just don't quit altogether. 15 seconds. You got this. Last 10. Come on, guys. We're gonna go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that one's hard. I know. Lay on your back. We're gonna go dead bugs, slowing it down, but working on the core, okay? Arms and legs to the ceiling. We'll start bent leg for modified. I'll move into a more advanced version. Go ahead and join me, guys. Opposite arm, opposite leg drop to the ground. Pull to center. Try to slow your breathing down. I know we're breathing pretty hard, or we should be. If you're up for a challenge, take those legs long. Give me that same movement. Whenever we're doing core, especially when we're moving those limbs, the low back and the belly button need to be in the ground. If you're feeling low back arch, I need you to bend your knees and not bring it down as far. You're focusing on using the core to lift and lower those limbs. And if I were there, I cannot get my hands underneath your low back. There's no arch. We got 7 seconds, guys. We're gonna go here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, guys. This time, you're going to the outside. Again, 2 options. Step, step, okay? That's 1. Option 2, hop it out, hop it back, okay? Again, you can always elevate onto a couch or a table to make it a little less intense. We have 2 minutes. We are done. Let's get after it. We're going here in 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. I'm gonna show you modified. Step, step, step back, okay? Now, if you're up for it, let's go for it. Use those legs. Use the core. Find your rhythm. Try to plant those heels into the ground. We got 30 seconds. Great job, guys. Again, modify, don't quit. Even holding a plank is better than quitting and on me altogether. 20 seconds. I know this is tough. You can do it though. 15. You got anything left in the tank? Can we move a little faster? 10 seconds. All right, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, relax, relax. Breathe, 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 breathe. One more set. Okay. We have our sprinter. You're going to be sitting back at an angle. Legs are out in front of you. I'm going to pull one knee with my opposite arm. Pull the other knee with my opposite arm. So this is great. If you have a slippery floor and some socks that can glide, you don't need to. You can also push it against the ground or a carpet. If you want to make this a little harder, you come down to the ground and it becomes more of a sit-up. We got 10 seconds. This is it. I'll start with you up top. I'll work my way down for the people who want to go more advanced. Okay, let's get after it. 2, 1, and go. So knee opposite arm. Knee opposite arm. So it looks like I'm running. These are sprinters. Sprinter, sprinter, sprinter. Good. Okay, if that feels too easy, you're going to add a little bit more range. Again, curve the back. Put yourself into ab flexion. Breathe through it. Use that exhale on the way up to not only help power the movement, but to squeeze your core more. Pull that belly button in. We got 25 seconds. You are done. Let's go, guys. 15 seconds. Almost there. If you need to go just arms because you're feeling your back or your hips, just move those arms forward and back for me. We got 7 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, we're done with the hard work. We're gonna stretch you out. We're gonna call it a day, okay? So what I'm gonna have you guys start with is a Frogger stretch. While we're stretching, guys, I want you to slow your breathing. If you're still breathing hard, you should have recovered a little bit with that ab movement. Take those knees out wide. Bring yourself down to your forearms. If you can flex your feet, flex your feet. So what I want to avoid with this stretch, guys, is again that low back arch. So if I tilt my pelvis and shorten my back, I'm not really stretching my hips as much. So what I want to do is pull my core in, and especially as I shift back into my heels, keep that strong back. Don't let those hips shift, okay? So tuck your tailbone down towards the ground, and we're just going to push back into that stretch. Trying to think about spreading the knees out as you push your hips back onto your heels. Release out of it for me. Exhale to shift back into stretch. Holding for 5. Release out of it again. 2 more times like that. Exhale to stretch back out. 5 seconds. One more release, guys. See if you can get a little bit more range of motion on this last one. Slide into it, nice strong center. We got 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and bring your big toes together. Knees will stay where they're at, or you may want to bring them in just slightly, actually. Shift back into your child's pose. Begin to round your back and your shoulders. Roll yourself forward. Find your plank. I'm going to shift my body. Find your modified plank. Lower yourself to the ground. Some of you are going to take a baby cobra where you're just going to lift your chest. This is fine. Pull your shoulders back, bring your elbows together. And some of you are going to take this full, extending up. Trying to keep the hips elevated, but dropping the hips down towards the ground. Squeeze your booty. Stretch out the front of the core. Release down to the ground for me. Take your arms straight up to the side. Swing one side leg over to plant to the ground. And then push your weight into the shoulder that's laying flat on the ground. So this opposite arm is long and into the floor, and I'm using my body weight to stretch it out. Release. Bring the opposite leg long. arm. And then take that big inhale. On your exhale, twist to this side. Bringing that foot to the ground if you can. And then again, using my own weight in that rotation to stretch out that shoulder. Awesome. Bring yourself back to center. This time we're going to focus on the hips. So I want you to go ahead and rest your chin on your hands. You're going to take your leg up and over, trying to keep your shoulders flat. And open up those hips as much as you can while keeping those elbows in the ground, both of them. Go ahead and release to the floor. Switch those sides, bring the opposite leg across. You're gonna wanna look to that side of that leg that's coming across.